Sayris13 here. This is a video that I'm doing for GalacticGod's channel. He gave me the opportunity to do a video for, I guess, a new segment that he's starting up, featuring other YouTubers, which I think is a great idea, and I thank him for the opportunity. So, Kenneth, thank you very much for allowing me to do this and putting it on your channel, because you have significantly more subscribers than I do, and it gives me an opportunity to reach out to more viewers. The way I'd like to do this is he actually emailed me. I said, well, what do you want me to do? And he gave me a list of things that I could do, questions that I could answer, that kind of thing, etc., etc. So I chose some of those, and another couple of things that I decided I would add to this myself. Anyway, first what I want to say is there are some upcoming YCSs that I myself will be at least most likely, or 100% for sure, Seattle. And there's a very, very good chance, strong chance, I'll be at the one in the YCS Toronto in September, and the one in Seattle is not till November. So I know that's a little ways away, but it's just to give you guys an idea that I will be putting in an appearance at those two YCSs that are upcoming. Some of the questions that Kenneth proposed that I answer, and I think it's a good idea because it gives you guys a little bit of a way to get to know me a little bit better and decide, well, do I like this guy? He seems like he's alright. He looks like he's an older dude, but yes, I am, and I'll give you that. But he seems pretty cool for an older guy. How did I get started? Well, I guess that's the one question I think most people, when they see me, they go, well, how the hell did you get into this? Well, when I was briefly married back in, I think it was about 2003, the girl I was married to had a couple of young boys, 5 and 8, I believe, at the time, and they watched the show. So I remember, because you want to get to know the guys, so I watched the show with them. I was going to be their quote-unquote dad, so I watched the show with them to get to know what their interests were, and kind of liked the show right away, because I've always been a fan of anime. I've been watching anime since I was quite young. It's we're talking way back the old days of stuff like Robotech and Akira, that kind of stuff. Anyway, so they watched Yugioh, and I watched the episodes, kind of started getting into the show, and I remember asking them, so is this like for real? Is this an actual card game? Like, oh yeah, they got all excited, and they showed me their cards, and we tried to play a few games, even though at the time I didn't know the rules and whatnot, so it's kind of fun just playing the game with them. And eventually we bought packs and starter decks and got more of a collection going and started actually learning the game. And of course things didn't work out, and I ended up separating from her and going my own way. I haven't seen the kids since, but that's how I basically got started into it. And then some years later, I met a fellow by the name of Brad, who some of you may have seen in some of my videos. I did a segment called Pro Plays with Brad. Only a few. He's retired from that segment, I think. So anyway, he got me hooked on the competitive side, because he eventually got me going to the tournaments. I had been to a couple before that, which actually will lead into another question that I have of Kenneth's ideas. He got me going on the competitive play, but I'm not really, guys, I'm not really a pro, right? I like playing, and I do play in the tournaments, and I go to the sneak peeks, and I go to YCSs and regionals and all that stuff. But really, most likely you're not going to see me top. If I top, it's probably by fluke. But anyway, which leads into a couple of questions, the worst and best experiences that I've had with Yugioh. I think we'll start out with the good, okay? And one of the best experiences I've had in Yugioh was the Long Beach YCS 100. Got to meet some great Yu-Gi-Tubers. Unfortunately, I blew the chance of meeting Kenneth, or GalacticGod here. We vowed that one of these days we'll meet up at one of these big events. Hope maybe Toronto, maybe Seattle. Never know. It could be, but we'll definitely hang out, have a duel. Which reminds me, guys, if you see me at an event, don't be afraid to come up and say hello. Duel me, whatnot. I'll be happy to oblige. My best experience definitely was the YCS 100. I got to meet some great people like Underworld 6667, Draco DMD, Mecha Jaeyoon, Vayu Enthusiast, Neo Dreo, Yugi Dudes, Kevin Shane 93, Slim X Team Symmetry, you name it. I met a bunch of them. Comic Freak for Life. There's more, and when you're doing something off the top of your head, which I do all my videos, by the way, and don't edit, just so you know, I just put the title, the intro, and then my video. I'm not really much for editing. I just don't do it. Anyway, because I believe most of my best stuff comes off the top of my head, and there really is no need for editing. But anyway, worst experience I had takes me back to probably one of the first tournaments I had at a buddy of mine who was also the bass player in my band at the time, had a collectible store. And I took my buddy's little kid there. At the time, he was very young, probably 7, to the tournament, and somebody stole his Black Luster Soldier. And right away, my heart just dropped. It's like, oh my God. And it was his dad's card, because his dad, I got him into the Yugioh. So it's like, oh, how are you going to explain to this? And it's right up there with the time that his Machina deck was ripped off as well, some years later. I hate scammers. I hate people that rip people off, especially picking on young kids like that. This kind of gives me a lead in to promote my other channel, which is called the Scammer Alert Network channel on YouTube. Look it up. Kenneth, if you don't mind, maybe put a link somewhere down here. Because people ripping off people is bad, is lame. I hate it. And just know this. If any of you guys out there are scammers, just know that there are people that are watching and have a channel where other guys that do online trading can go to and check to see if your names are on this list. It'll be most likely your username and whatnot. I won't give personal addresses or phone numbers or anything like that because it's not my business to do so, but it is my business to warn other YugiTube community people about bad dealings with people, or to basically what I'm trying to say is give them a heads up if they're going to do business with some people that are known to be reputable scammers. All right? That's my piece on that. The only other thing I really wanted to talk about was, and I'm sure Kenneth can agree with this, people call some of us YugiTubers celebrities. And you know what, guys? We're not really celebrities. I hate that word. There's another name for what we truly are. That I learned the other day from my friend Leanne when we went and saw The Avengers, which is a great movie. Go see it if you haven't. It's fantastic. It's basically in my top 5 of all time now. I know that's not Yu-Gi-Oh related, but it was a little plug for the Avengers movie anyways. Not that they need it. What we are, us Yugi-tubers, is, I wouldn't really call us celebrities, because celebrities is a little bit of a grandiose term. I mean, we are on a bit of a minor scale, and very minor, because we're just average Joes like you guys, right? We just happen to have channels, I guess, and for whatever reason, people are drawn to watching our stuff. And fine, it's great, I love it. I think it's awesome. I get to interact with lots of people in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. But what we are, and she quoted this, and apparently it is an actual thing, we're called BNFs. When she said that, I'm like, well, what the hell's a BNF? It's called Big Name Fan. A lot of big name fans are known because of stuff like YouTube or appearances that they like cosplayers. A lot of cosplayers are known as big name fans. And what that means is they're fans of certain genres, whether it be sci-fi, anime, Yu-Gi-Oh, or an encompassing of the whole damn thing. They're just popular fans that other people look up to. And that's basically what we are as the Yugi-tubers. That's pretty much it, I think, guys. That gives you a little bit of behind me, a little bit of what I'm about. If you come to my channel, I do stuff like deck profiles, a segment I call Derpy Duels, which is usually duels I'll have with some of the kids around the locals that I go to after the tournaments. I will film the odd tournament duels that I do, usually losing. And I also have deck profiles, I think I said that, and pack openings, box openings, the usual stuff. That's about it. Anyways, my catchphrase is Sayris13, swinging for game, and that's what I'll tell you now, and I'm done. I'm out.